Good morning and welcome. Thank you for joining us at today's annual FDNY Memorial Service. Please rise for the posting of the colors.
Detail 10 hut.
Please remain standing for the singing of our national anthem by firefighter Regina Wilson.
Detail, hand salute.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Ready, two.
Thank you, firefighter Wilson. Please remain standing while FDNY chaplain, the Reverend Ann Cansfield, delivers the invocation.
Holy One, be with us today as we remember 14 members of the fire department of the city of New York who died this past year. We give you thanks for them and for all they meant to their family, their friends, and their brothers and sisters in this department. Comfort all who mourn today. Draw near to those who grieve. Help us to do your work, to comfort and be near one another, to render aid and compassion, to participate in your miracles. Inspire us to live out the very best values of this department: service, courage, and determination. We thank you for the FDNY and pray that you will keep each of its members safe from harm today and always. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend Cansfield. Retire the colors. We will now conduct the laying of the wreaths. As a mark of respect, I ask that all members of the dais please remain standing and face the monument, and will the families please also remain standing. The ceremonial officer is escorting Mayor Bill de Blasio, Fire Commissioner Daniel Nigro, and Chief of Department James Leonard. Chief of Operations John Sudnick, Uniformed Fire Officers Association President Jake Lamunda, Uniformed Firefighters Association President Gerard Fitzgerald, Chief of EMS Operations James Booth, EMS Superior Officers Association Representative Denora Claudio, and Uniformed EMTs, Paramedics, and Fire Inspectors Union President Oren Barzilay. They're being taken to the top of the steps. There are 3 wreaths being laid. These wreaths are laid in honor of the fallen members. 1 wreath in honor of the deceased members of the fire service. One wreath in honor of the deceased members of the EMS service. And 1 wreath is representative of the department as a whole. Let us bow our heads and observe a moment of silence. Thank you. The ceremonial officers will now escort the dignitaries back to their seats. Please be seated.
Detail at ease.
Once again, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Captain Mark Guerra. I'm the Executive Officer to the Fire Commissioner, and I am honored to be the Master of Ceremonies today. On behalf of Mayor de Blasio, Fire Commissioner Nigro, Chief of Department Leonard, and the other members of the Fire Department executive staff and union officials, I would like to welcome you all to the annual FDNY Memorial Service. It is now my pleasure to introduce our first speaker, the Mayor of the City of New York, the Honorable Bill de Blasio.
I want to thank everyone for being here. I want to thank everyone for honoring those we have lost with your presence. I want to thank you all for your devotion to this city. It is very important that we gather. We do this every year, and that consistency speaks to the commitment that every member of the FDNY feels for each other and exhibits for each other and for the families, that commitment that never ends. It's one of the things that marks this extraordinary organization. I want to thank all of the leaders of the FDNY who are here for their extraordinary service to this city, Commissioner Nigro, First Deputy Commissioner Kavanaugh, Chief Leonard, and to all the leaders of the FDNY present, thank you for all you do. I thank the union leadership that is here with us for representing the men and women of this agency so well. And I want to acknowledge and thank Public Advocate Letitia James for joining us today as well. Today is a day when, of course, our hearts are heavy. We come here with a somber, painful feeling. But we also come here in pride. We have to let that pride shine through even our pain. Today we rejoice in the memory of the best our city has to offer. The novelist Lawrence Stern once said, quote, "The best hearts are the bravest." And he must have been thinking about the FDNY. That title, New York's Bravest, that has been earned continuously for 153 years. That bravery has been full of heart. That's what New Yorkers feel. The compassion, the decency, the goodness that every single member of this service exhibits in the work that they do. It's not just a bravery, it's something deeper. It's a bravery full of human spirit and human soul. When New Yorkers hear a siren in the night, they are reassured. They know the very best are on the way to serve them. And the appreciation they feel every day is so strong, so clear. They don't wonder, they know that the very best are coming. And by the way, this whole nation knows it, because God forbid a disaster ever strikes, but when it does strike, from all over the country, they ask for help from the FDNY. And members of this department did so much to help people in Houston and in Puerto Rico and the Carolinas, and we will certainly be called upon again. When people anywhere hear FDNY is on the way, they are reassured too. Women and men of this department have what sounds like an impossible job description: to exercise immeasurable courage in the face of incalculable danger. But that's what people have done for 153 straight years. And there are no better examples than the 14 heroes that we memorialize today. I want to single out just a few. Fire Marshal Christopher Zanitas and Lieutenant Chris Raguso served both the FDNY and the U.S. Air National Guard, gave their lives for their nation in Iraq. We honor them, we honor their families for this extraordinary service in so many ways. Lieutenant Michael Davidson fell just 8 days. 8 days later, we lost 2 heroes and then lost another one just 8 days later, battling a blaze in Harlem. And then a hero we lost who fought such a long, long battle, Chief Ronald Spadafora, served our city for 40 years, 4 decades. One of the people who supervised rescue and recovery efforts at World Trade Center after 9/11. We lost him in June to cancer he developed as part of his service in the rescue and recovery. Those 4 and 10 more we honor today. And we just hope we can be just a little bit as good as they were. If everyone devotes ourselves to that, this will surely be a better place. On behalf of 8.6 million New Yorkers, I want to offer my thanks to these families, our appreciation, our love, our support. And I say, God bless you, and God bless the FDNY. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. I would now like to introduce our Fire Commissioner, Dan Nigro.
Just after dawn on September 11th each year, a contingent of our members gathers here to place wreaths at the base of this fabulous memorial. We gather here on that anniversary and every year on this solemn occasion because this is our memorial, the Firemen's Monument. It was created in a far different time, nearly a century before our mission would expand to include the critical emergency medical care our members provide, and before our ranks began to better reflect the city our men and women bravely serve. The memorial is flanked on the north and south by sculptures aptly representing duty and sacrifice, two words that epitomize the department. While the name of this monument may no longer be accurate for our modern times, what it stands for is as true today as it was when they first broke ground. It was built by the people whose lives and property our department swore to protect no matter the cost. Those who contributed to its creation did so because they saw an FDNY whose members raced through the streets of our city to fires, first on horse-drawn engines, and then for years to come on motorized apparatus whose size grew along with the city. They witnessed firefighters scale ladders, battle roaring flames, and so often emerge with trapped occupants whose lives were saved by the truest form of bravery. As we gather this morning before this monument, to all our members who have made the supreme sacrifice, I'm struck by the fact that the bravery of FDNY members truly knows no bounds. It's on display every day in our city, a city that not only grew with the FDNY, it grew because of the FDNY. To date, 1,150 FDNY members have given their lives in the course of their sworn duty. Most recently, Lieutenant Mike Davidson, a nozzle man at his core, who was taken from us while battling a massive fire in Harlem not far from here. Bravery was in Michael's blood. He had protected Harlem and every resident there for 15 years, just as his father had before him for more than 2 decades. Countless times he saved others with his talents, his ability, and most of all, his bravery. We remember and honor Lieutenant Davidson today. It must be said that so often the bravery of our members extends well beyond our borders, and is particularly on display by those among us who wear 2 uniforms, the FDNY and the United States Armed Forces. Currently, 64 FDNY personnel are on extended military orders in the branches of the United States Armed Forces, serving around the world, and more than 1,400 members are military reservists or veterans. Fire Marshal Christopher Tripp-Zanettis and Lieutenant Chris Raguso were bravely serving their country as members of the New York Air National Guard 101st Rescue Squadron. They were killed in Iraq in a horrific helicopter crash that claimed the lives of 7 brave Americans. Tripp and Chris were heroes in every sense of the word. They fought fires here at home, and they fought to save their fellow service members overseas. We remember and honor Fire Marshal Christopher Tripp-Zanettis and Lieutenant Chris Raguso today. Bravery means doing the difficult work despite the dangers, and it means battling illness with every bit of your strength, as firefighter Robert Talercio, Marine pilot Thomas Fallon, and Assistant Chief Ron Spadafora did for so long. They are 3 of more than 180 FDNY active and retired members who have died due to World Trade Center illness, a number of fallen heroes that continues to grow with no end in sight. We remember and honor them today as well. In all, we remember 14 FDNY members today, each one who truly lived life bravely. each of our members we honor possess the bravery that has been the most enduring tradition of our department, bravery that inspired the creation of this monument. We honor all of them not for how they died, but for the remarkable way in which they lived, dedicating themselves to the life-saving mission of this department. To the families of these brave members, please know we will always remember your loved ones in our hearts and here every year at our memorial. Your continued strength in the face of such immeasurable loss is an inspiration to all of us. The thousands of FDNY members lining the streets today are here because your loved ones mattered greatly to this department, and to remind you that the FDNY will never leave your side. May God bless the memory of every FDNY member who has died in the line of duty, who is battling illness, and all those members of the FDNY we lost this past year. And may God continue to bless the FDNY.
Thank you, Commissioner. Our next speaker is the Chief of Department, James Leonard.
Good morning. Each year, it's an unbelievable sight to see this sea of FDNY members here to honor our family, our honored families, and remember our fallen members. This day, this monument, all of us standing here together, side by side, in solidarity with our families, and that's what this job is all about. The 14 members we pay tribute today served in different ways, but they all shared that common bond of courage and bravery. They were firefighters, EMTs, fire marshals. One member was an expert pilot who operated one of our largest fireboats. The time spans generations of our department, from our newest members just starting their career to a legendary chief. I am always impressed how we have our retired members sitting there with our newest members, our newest probies, and how we bridge that gap and we span that. And I thank you for coming back for what we do. To the Davidson family, not too long ago in a place very close to here, your husband, Michael, he had the nozzle that night. And we all know that that's where firefighters want to be. And he had the fire that we don't want to go. There isn't a firefighter out there who wants to go to a cellar fire. But Mike took that nozzle as a senior man, and he went down those stairs, and he did what he had to do. And he did that because he was a New York City firefighter. And we will always remember him for that and the proud work that he did. To the Ragusa and the Zanettis family, what can we say to you on your loss, not only protecting this city as firefighters in this city, but as members of the Air National Guard, serving in Iraq, confronting the people that would do us harm. And your loss will always be remembered for this department, and we thank you for it. We have our legendary chief, Ronnie Spadafora, 40-year member, rose to assistant chief, and he led this department in fire prevention for many years as he battled his disease, which eventually took his life. They were all heroes, and each one raised their right hand at the start of their career. Every one of us wearing a uniform here takes an oath, and we take that seriously to protect life and property. And before you see the results of what the sacrifice that they made. They did everything they could in their power to protect life and property, not only in our city, but in our country. They honored that solemn oath, even in their final moments. And we know, like all of us here today, that they loved this job. I say it all the time. Being a New York City firefighter, being a New York City EMT isn't what we do, it's who we are. It's what we're about. Our members go into dangerous situations, putting themselves in danger to rescue others, putting their lives at risk. And it can never be said enough. This is a dangerous job, and it takes a special breed of person to be a New York City firefighter, to be a New York City EMT or paramedic, a special person. FDNY members fight fires. They provide urgent medical care. They serve their country. They protect the waterways of our cities. And they went back day after day at the scene of the worst attack our country ever saw, searching for our lost 343 members. On duty and off, members are always there, are always right there, protecting the citizens of this city, They are on the front line of protecting life and property in this city. Time and time again, the mettle of the FDNY is tested, and our members always answer that challenge, no matter what the cost. Today, we remember all 14 individuals who earned that right to wear the FDNY uniform and who excelled at this difficult job. They made a difference in the lives of countless people, desperately needing of help every single day of their outstanding career. They honored the greatest traditions of this department, bravery and service. And that is why we are here. We're here shoulder to shoulder to honor them today. Their loss hurts. We can all feel their loss. Our families are hurting. Their companies and their stations and all those worked with them are hurting because each of these brave members is gone way too soon. Thousands of their brothers and sisters across generations of the FDNY are here today because we want the families to know how much we care for you and how much they meant to you. When you turn around and you look at all these members, probably 10,000 people here, your husbands, your brothers, your family member lives on in them because they lived in them and they live in you. They are here. They did it because of what you see, and we are here to honor that tribute. To our families, I offer you my deepest condolences, but also our deepest thanks for the sacrifice that you did and that your family members did in contributing to the life-saving mission of this department, and I thank you. On every run, the individuals remembered today represented the core values of service, bravery, and dedication to our great department and to our great city. We are all grateful, and we are a better department for having known them and worked with them in our life-saving mission. God bless to our lost members, but God bless the FDNY.
Thank you, Chief. The Emerald Society Pipes and Drums will now play a hymn in tribute to our fallen members. We will now honor the memory of our brothers lost in the line of duty. The first presentation honors the memory of Lieutenant Christopher J. Raguso, Engine Company 302, with a special presentation to his wife, Carmela. Lieutenant Christopher Raguso made the supreme sacrifice on March 15, 2018, as a result of injuries sustained in the performance of duty while serving his country in Iraq. Lieutenant Christopher Raguso was appointed to the FDNY in March of 2005. Mayor de Blasio is presenting the Fire Department flag. Fire Commissioner Nigro is presenting the Department Medal for Valor. And the Uniformed Fire Officers Association President, Jake Lamunda, is presenting the Union Medal of Supreme Sacrifice. Joining Lieutenant Ragusa's wife are his parents, John and Laura, and his brother, Mark. Carmela's sisters, Johanna and Michelle, and her brother, probationary firefighter Anthony D. Chiara. We also welcome a number of other friends and family members here with the Ragusas today. Thank you all for coming. The next presentation honors the memory of Fire Marshal Christopher T. Zanitas, Bureau of Fire Investigation, with a special presentation to his parents, John and Sarah. Fire Marshal Christopher Zanitas made the supreme sacrifice on March 15th of 2018 as a result of injuries sustained in the performance of duty while serving his country in Iraq. Fire Marshal Zanitas was appointed to the FDNY in September of 2004. Mayor de Blasio is presenting the Fire Department flag. Fire Commissioner Nigro is presenting the Department Medal for Valor. And UFA President Gerard Fitzgerald is presenting the Union Medal of Supreme Sacrifice. We also welcome a number of other Zanitas friends and family members here with them today. Thank you all for coming. The next presentation honors the memory of Lieutenant Michael R. Davidson of Engine Company 69 with a special presentation to his wife, Eileen, his son, Joseph, and his daughters, Brooke, Emily, and Amy. Lieutenant Michael Davidson made the supreme sacrifice on March 23, 2018, as a result of injuries sustained in the performance of duties while operating at Manhattan Box 551638. Lieutenant Davidson was appointed to the FDNY in May of 2003. Mayor de Blasio is presenting the Fire Department flag. Fire Commissioner Nigro is presenting the Department Medal for Valor. And UFOA President Jake LaMunda and UFA President Gerard Fitzgerald are presenting the Union Medal of Supreme Sacrifice. Joining Lieutenant Davidson's wife and his children are his parents, Robert and Paula, and his brother, firefighter Eric Davidson of Engine Company 88. We also welcome a number of other Davidson friends and family members here with them today. Thank you all for coming. I will now invite FDNY Chaplain, Monsignor John Delendick, to step forward to deliver the necrology. The necrology is the reading of the names of all the active members of the fire and EMS services lost to the department within the past year. We honor their memory and are grateful for all they did while members of this department. As each name is read, a ceremonial officer will present a letter of condolence to each family.
Detail 10 Hut.
The following members died in the line of duty. Lieutenant Christopher J. Raguso, Engine 302, March 15th, 2018. Fire Marshal Christopher T. Zanatus, Bureau of Fire Investigation, March 15th, 2018. Lieutenant Michael R. Davidson, Engine 69, March 23rd, 2018. The following are active duty members who lost their lives this past year. EMT Kevin Liang, EMS Bureau of Communications, September 30th, 2017. Firefighter Christopher C. Musini, Ladder 3-5, October 14th, 2017. Firefighter Robert M. Blasio, Engine 266, October 25th, 2017. EMT William F. DiPietra, Station 46, November 25th, 2017. Pilot Thomas J. Phelan, Marine 9, March 16th, 2018. Firefighter Donald J. Stryker, Engine 294, April 25th, 2018. Firefighter Terrence M. Lorino, Ladder 5-1, May 14th, 2018. Lieutenant William Moore, Station 47, June 6th, 2018. Assistant Chief Ronald R. Spadafora, Bureau of Fire Prevention, June 23rd, 2018. Firefighter George R. Shearer, Engine 249, July 26, 2018. EMT Eric C. Malley, Queens Tactical Response Group, August 19th, 2018. May they rest in peace. Amen.
Please rise for the playing of taps.
Detail, hand salute. Ready, two.
Please remain standing as I invite FDNY Chaplain Rabbi Joseph Potasnik to deliver the benediction.
A mother speaking at the funeral of her son said, "I think of what God has given me, and I think of what he has taken from me, and I believe I've still been very blessed." We come here today feeling the pain of their passing from us, but also we come here today with the pride of their living with us. There is a musical masterpiece entitled The Unfinished Symphony. How is it possible that something is unfinished and still a masterpiece? But today we remember those whose lives were unfinished, but still did more during the years given to them than some do in a much longer lifetime. My father would visit the graves of loved ones and say very simply in his native Yiddish, "Mizanendur, we're here. We won't forget you." Death may take away life, but death does not take away love. So we are here with our different beliefs, but we all belong to one family, a family we call FDNY. Amen.
Retire the colors. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the mayor, the fire commissioner, and the chief of department, we would like to thank you all for attending today's annual FDNY Memorial Day, honoring our fallen members. We will now begin the formal review. A ceremonial officer will escort the mayor, the fire commissioner, the chief of department, and the first deputy commissioner to the reviewing stand.
Detail, left face.